Well, in eThekwini, the Durban High Court ruling that people belonging to the Westville Ratepayers Association who've refused to pay their rates and their bills must pay up, and the council can now disconnect them. The residents have been paying money into an account rather than paying the city. They say the city is corrupt, and that to pay the city would be to enable corruption. They also say they weren't consulted on changes to the city's budget. Asad Gaffar is the chairman of the Westville Ratepayers Association. Asad, good afternoon to you. Are you members now going to start paying the council, or are you going to appeal this decision?
Look, the agreement that we had, Stephen, was that we will take the matter to court, and if we lose, then we would have no option but to pay over the money to the city. I mean, we have to follow the rule of law. So we've begun that process. Our members have been informed. They're not happy, but at the end of the day, we need to protect them as well.
So if people, do you expect everybody to actually start to pay up? Or do you think some people might actually be cut off? Some people might hold out for longer?
No. We're not allowing anyone to hold out any longer. So we were in control of the monies that were being diverted, and we are in control of it, and we will be making payment to the municipality.
So what are you going to do now? You were very angry when this started. I imagine your anger hasn't subsided. I can't imagine the services you receive from the city have improved. Do you have other strategies you're looking at?
Look, we lost the battle, and it was part of the process. We knew it would be difficult. We knew that the part of the act that we were challenging was not an easy one. Obviously, the judge has been conflicted. There are matters in the judgment which we're not happy about. So more than likely, we will appeal the matter. But that doesn't stop us from continuing the campaign. People are very upset, even after we were advised that the judgment came against us. People were up in arms. The municipality put out a Facebook notice as a news break, and people went onto their Facebook and they let them know exactly how they felt.
Please don't quote any of those messages here, Asad. It would seem to me there seem to be other things that might happen. One of the great concerns is that the way technology's changed, some people can actually live without a council completely. They generate their own electricity. If there's a lot of rain certain times of the year, they'll be able to store enough water, things like that. Are people looking at that option? And the reason I ask this is it will be the very end of how a council operates. If that's what people do, if they're not receiving reliable services, it's hard to blame them for doing it.
That's a valid point that you're raising. And again, let's look at the merits of what you're talking about. The bulk of the people who will move away from sourcing, whether it's electricity, water, whatever services, and they become self-reliant, there'll be no income that goes into the city. And we know for a fact that ratepayers' monies are used to look after the impoverished areas. So basically, the municipality is shooting themselves in the foot. And what we are saying is we're looking for viable options so that everyone benefits, not just the ratepayers. And we've made this very, very clear from the start. It's not just a campaign for ratepayers, it's a campaign for every single person within the city. And to your point, Stephen, most people are moving away. Even, right as now as we speak, we've been approached by many individuals, companies, so to speak, who have the options to take people off the grid. But again, it's left with those who can't afford it, and they will be paying far higher tariffs than what we're paying right now.
What's going to happen now? Is there any negotiation with the city? I don't know if the city wanted to go and cut off everybody, which it has the right to do if you refuse to pay. I don't actually know if the city would even have the technical resources to do that. I'm glad to hear that any kind of sort of conflict here is going to be averted. But in the meantime, it means the situation around you doesn't improve.
Look, I have to be honest. We do have an open relationship with the city. And I like it the way that it is because they know that we will hold them accountable. But at the same time, we can still talk and we can still resolve issues. The mayor did call me on Saturday morning. He did indicate to me that I will get a call from his office sometime this week. And he'd like to sit down and talk, and we can talk about the issues that are facing us. I'm hoping that process still continues because at the end of the day, we are looking for what's best, for both the city and ourselves. And as long as we can keep those doors of communication open, I do believe that we can head in the right direction. our campaign has not been lost. A lot of what of the demands that we put down has been, achieved. The city has moved in the right direction. We will still hold them accountable. We managed to stop them from, making two major payments, and they are taking us serious. So it's left to be seen. I mean, how committed is the mayor? I do believe that we can reach some common ground. And yes, they don't have the capabilities to go and disconnect everyone. With that being said, our members who come into this campaign are prepared. I mean, we've learned from the mistakes that we made. We know what the judge was requesting. So we can always revamp this campaign and we can relaunch. I mean, all we want to do now is we want to settle, we want to talk, we want to see what the city what proposals they want to put on the table. Well, our stance is still the same. If we can't reach common ground, then we'll go with Protest 2.0. No issue.
Asad, you're the chair of the Westville Ratepayers Association. There'll be other ratepayers associations who've been watching this closely. I'm sure some of them have been in touch with you. I mean, if all of the ratepayers in the eThekwini Council work together, that would put a lot more pressure on the city. Is that going to happen? It doesn't look like it from where I sit. I mean, look, Asad, I'm sitting in Joburg, but it doesn't look like it.
So actually, it is that way, Stephen. So when we launched the dispute, at that stage it was Westville. So we had to continue in terms of our court papers as Westville. But since we launched this dispute, there's 15 other ratepayers associations that have affiliated with us. Going forward, whatever campaigns we launch against the city, for the city, or whatever whatever action we may want to take in the future, it won't just be Westville. It will be known as the eThekwini Ratepayers Protest Movement, of which I also sit on as the chair. So, whilst we started as Westville, many people who joined the campaign were not just from Westville, we were from across the city. I mean, the city is well aware because we provided them with the addresses and the names of those individuals. They would like to make it known in the public that it's just Westville. Obviously, to their benefit, to say that it's just one area, one ratepayers association, but they know it's not true. I mean, currently we're sitting with 15 ratepayers association. Going forward, it won't just be Westville. It will definitely be a eThekwini Ratepayers Protest Movement.
Asad Gaffar, thank you. Chair of the Westville Ratepayers Association. Really do appreciate the time.